Hello and welcome to Me, the Wife and Wrexham AFC, a weekly podcast and YouTube channel discussing everything Wrexham from the point of view of long-term fans and brand new fans like my wife. So sit back, put your feet up, relax and let's get stuck in.
Hello and welcome back to episode 36. You always do like a little nod when I do my intro.
Yeah, that's me saying, because you're talking, that's me doing a little nod for everyone watching on YouTube.
You are correct.
Hello. Hello.
No,
I'm not saying you're correct, I'm saying hello.
Anyway, welcome to Me, the Wife from Wrexham AFC, episode 36.
I know, yeah. So it's a little bit different for us this week because it's Mother's Day. Or for when you're watching or listening to this, it was Mother's Day yesterday. For us, it's now Saturday, so it is Mother's Day tomorrow. So Sian is a mother. She has a mother. I have a mother. So we thought it made more sense to watch the game on Saturday and then do the podcast straight after.
Which is what we're doing.
This is what we're doing.
And we literally have loads to talk about, so I think we need to get kind of crack on with the game.
Yeah, you need to stop waffling. Yeah, stop waffling. So, Bromley, we've literally just finished watching the Bromley game.
We have.
Before we talk about it, so it was reported that Wrexham flew from Manchester to Biggin Hill. Now, what are your thoughts, if any, on them flying to games?
To be honest, I have neither negative
care.
Yeah, I don't care.
I'm sort of with you. I understand the conservationists or the whatever they are, and you know, the whole carbon footprint thing. I'm not stupid. I understand.
Yeah, but I bet those people who are complaining about the carbon footprint actually drive around in a car, which has affected the carbon footprint.
Maybe.
So I don't care.
Oh, okay. No, that's fair enough. That's fine.
People don't moan when Premier League footballers get.
They do, though.
Do they?
Yeah, they do. Yeah, a lot of clubs do fly about, and I think a lot of clubs are working to reduce their carbon footprint. And I think it was raised that this had happened. And
It'd be interesting to know why they did, though, because it's not as if Bromley's like thousands and thousands of miles away.
Do you know what? It was quite. I thought it would be quite. You know, people would be like, oh, who cares? But there was a lot of people who did care, you know, and they were bothered. And Wrexham fans as well. I'm not me. I'm with you. Didn't really bother me. If you're going to fly, you're going to fly. But
I think it'd be hypocritical if we complained about it because like I said, we drive a car around. We
do. It doesn't pump as much into it. What is this anyway?
Anyway, I don't care.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I just thought I'd bring it up. That's all.
Yeah. So kickoff was delayed for 15 minutes due to traffic. We're not sure whether it was foot traffic or car traffic.
Car traffic.
Was it car traffic?
I think.
Traffic. So obviously the referee decided to delay the game just for safety reasons.
Do we know? If it was just fans getting into the ground or whether it affected Wrexham getting to the ground. I didn't hear that it affected anybody.
Well, no, I think it was literally fans because they were saying that because obviously the commentators were talking during the game, they never mentioned once that the players were late.
No.
It was literally they said all the fans are in now, so yeah, I think it was just literally fans.
We saw fans still walking in 5 minutes in though, didn't we? Still getting there. How do you think it affects players, that? Kicking off late, you're gearing up. Did you think it's not really an issue because it's only 15 minutes, or?
I don't think it's a massive issue.
No. Get all your warm ups done. You're ready to go. It's just
have a pint before the marathon.
We're not in the 80s. So no Elliot Lee. In the team or the squad.
Ill.
God, there's a lot of illness going around at the moment.
Sickness. Yeah, well, that's what they've said. Anyway, that's what they've tweeted, Wrexham.
Okay.
So
without delving too much into the game before we talk
about
the game, missed?
Parts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, I would say probably more in the second half than he was. Even though we scored our 2 goals in the second half.
Yeah.
I would say he was missed more in the second half, but
I thought he was missed. I think it's very much.
What a shock! Ryan disagrees with me.
No, I think it was very. Shut up, will you? Bloody hell! I think it's a player. He's very much one of the first names on the team sheet, and I think when a player like that drops out, it's quite noticeable that they're not there.
Yeah, maybe.
And I think, you're having to bring other players in. So who came in for him? It would have been James Jones, I suppose, wouldn't it? Who doesn't really... Oh, no, Jordan Davis, of course. That was my next point. Jordan Davis was back in the team. And Jordan Davis played very well. I think we did miss Elliot Lee at times, though, his creativity and stuff like that. But on to my next point. Jordan Davis was back in the team.
Was he?
Yes,
yes, he was. And it was a welcomed return.
It was.
For the starting 11.
Yes. And do you think he played well?
I do.
Yeah.
He always plays well, to be fair.
He did. He's
one of our own. He's one of our own. I don't know the song.
Yeah, that was it. He was singing it.
There you go.
No, he was. I thought he played well. I'm glad to see him back.
Yeah.
Him not being fit is the reason that Elliot's got as much game time as he has. And I think that's where...
Do you think Elliot Lee was going, this damn sickness and diarrhea bug, I can't play today?
No, I think we've got...
I don't know if that is what he's got, by the way.
I think we've got quite a together team, I do. And I think as long as we're winning and we're doing well, I think everyone's pulling together and for each other.
Strength and depth, my friend.
Well, it is, to have...
the commentators mentioned that today.
Strength in depth, yeah. But that's the thing, to lose somebody like Elliot Lee, really influential, big player. Like I said, one of the well, yes, pardon the pun. It's not, is he really? No, but big player, and I think to lose somebody like that, go back a couple of years, that would have been devastating.
It would have been a disaster.
But to then be able to go, it's all right, we've got Jordan Davis. I mean, that's not a bad replacement, is it? That's somebody who was smashing in goals for fun, before he got injured and last season. So it's a really nice replacement to have. But so Jordan's been missed, but they're both obviously fit now, aren't they?
Well,
apart from Elliot being
today,
ill. Yeah. So they're both fit. We have this conversation every week, and I do apologise that it might seem a little bit repetitive, but they're both fit. Who plays? We've done this with the midfield. We've done this with the goalkeepers. We've done this with the strike. But it's a valid question because we've got so much strength in depth.
I'm going to say Jordan Davis purely.
So you play.
I've got nothing against Lee. I think he's an awesome player. But because Jordan Davis is one of our own, I feel loyalty that I have to pick him over Lee. Whether Parky will... Well, he's not one of Parky's own, is he? Because he's not from Wrexham. But
no.
Yeah.
You'd go with Jordan.
I go with Jordan. But I would... Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
I can't see them playing together, you see. I just can't. We've seen them
Haven't they done it before and it just didn't work very well?
They're both very attacking-minded players, you see. And I think you need that little bit of stability in there, like an Andy Cannon, a Tom O'Connor, Luke.
Cannon is storming it at the moment.
He's playing really well.
Yeah.
He is, but I think you need that sort of balanced player in there. James Jones tears around and does what he does. I think you need an O'Connor, a Cannon, a Luke Young to steady the ship. I don't think Elliot Lee or Jordan Davis are that sort of player. They're very attack-minded. You might be able to get them to play together in some way. The run-in for the title, I'm not sure is the time to be testing things out and working out how to play them both together.
No, let's wait till next season when we're in League Two.
Yes, maybe.
When we're in League Two.
Yes. Look,
I
heard you.
I thought you were disagreeing with me.
No, I wasn't tutting.
No.
I heard you. I was just trying to move on. So we had... It's a bit of a crazy first sort of 5 minutes, really. We had one cleared off the line. Well, I don't know if it was cleared off the line or the keeper saved it. So we had that one. Then Mendy hit the bar.
And Tozer hit the bar.
I think the Mendy one, I don't think he had enough on that. I don't think it was really going to trouble the keeper. But the Tozer one, I think he should have put that away. So he hit the bar as well. I would argue... This is one thing. I think I would always like a mix. I'm going back to the point just to address it again, but I'd like a mixture of Elliot Lee and Jordan Davis.
Well, like a love child.
Yeah, like a Dolly the sheep of Elliot Lee and Jordan Davis, because I
call him Lee Davis.
Lee Davis,
it's actually a name.
Oh, we're talking crap. I would argue that we have really missed Jordan's corners.
Yeah?
Yeah, because his corners really caused problems today. And I think... They
were pretty good, to be fair.
Yeah, and it was from his, it's that left-footed in-swinger. And I think...
Did you just do when you were talking about that, did you just move your foot?
I was moving my left foot, yeah. And and I think we have massively missed them.
Yeah.
And I just don't think that Luke Young has the same sort of delivery that Jordan does. It's very much more whip on it, and I think it causes a lot more problems.
Do you think that depends which corner he's taking, whether he's taking it from the right or the left?
No. So your left footer's always going to whip it in from one side, and it's going to bend away from the other.
I think we've had a discussion of this before.
Yeah, with Luke Young, he gets it in the right areas, but Jordan seems to get more pace on it. And his corners, for me, are more dangerous. And that's where, the first few chances came from, was from his corners. So yeah. I think we have missed that. Bromley had a goal from the halfway line.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Do you know what? If that had gone in, he would have got man of the match.
Would he? He was your man of the match if that went.
No, he wasn't my man of the match. I would have said he would have got man of the match. I'm not even sure. Did he get man of the match? I don't even know who did for Bromley. But anyway,
it was.
It was an incredible attempt at a goal.
It reminded me of...
Although it did, I think that's what injured Leighton.
Do you think?
I think because he went over.
Yeah, he was beaten though. He was beaten. He fell over. If that was on target, that was in. Because he was scrambling. I won't use the actual words that you used, but in context, you basically said Leighton pooed himself then, didn't you? But it was going on. It literally, he pooed his pants.
Yeah, because he thought he wasn't going to get there.
He definitely did. And if that was on target, that was in. It reminded me now I don't know if you'll remember this, but do you remember David Beckham scoring from the halfway line against Wimbledon? No. Of course you don't.
Why would I?
It reminded me very much of that. Maybe not quite as clean a strike, but it was the same sort of side of the pitch as well. Very unlucky for that not to go in. That was at 0-0 as well. Very lucky for us that it didn't go in. But yeah, so that was a little bit of they sort of grew into the game, didn't they? So Tozer made a really good block after that from Michael Cheeky Cheek.
Loftus-Cheek?
No, not Loftus-Cheek.
I know.
We've been here before.
I know.
Yeah, he made a really good block, and then Tozer almost had a bit of a mare, didn't he? So the ball's running back to our goal. He delayed, went to pass it to Leighton, who'd moved out to the right, and the player had nipped in behind him. I mean, if the touch was a little bit cleaner, it had gone straight in. So they started to press, really. They were really pressing Bromley. And I would argue that, I've said argue twice now. I would say they were definitely the best team in the last 20 minutes of that first half. Bromley.
I need an ECG in the last 20 minutes of that game.
What's an ECG? Is that an
echocardiogram?
What's that mean? Is that when they monitor your heart?
I've had one before. The things I've had on my chest.
Oh yeah.
And I've had that little monitor that I've walked around.
Oh yeah.
One of them.
Why? Because your heart was going. No, I mean that's why you need it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't going. I'm still here.
Yeah.
So Leighton. So we're going into the second half now, and obviously during the halftime chat, as it is, Parky obviously made this decision to sub Leighton and bring Howard on.
See, this is... I was
going to say Howden again. Howard. I said it right.
This is the problem with Leighton.
Third season that he's been injured at Bromley.
At Bromley, yeah. Now, I had this conversation with somebody literally yesterday when I was in work. I had a conversation with somebody.
They hope you're on your break, Brian.
I was, yeah. And I said, Leighton is a good enough goalkeeper that when we go up to League Two, I'm more than happy that Leighton is good enough to play us through League Two. I would have no issues. I wouldn't want to bring in another goalkeeper. I think Leighton is good enough.
On Howard number 2?
Yeah, keep it at that, even though he'd be turning 37. That's not really old for a goalkeeper. Yeah, keep Howard as number 2. And I'm more than confident in Leighton's abilities that he can play at League Two level. I'm more than happy with him. However, the problem that I have with Leighton is injuries. He has, if we go back 5 or 6 weeks when he first came back into the team, he played 3 in a row, and we were like, he's the first choice now. He's the first choice. He got ill. Can't avoid getting ill, but he got ill.
He had the poops.
Whatever he had. He got ill, so he was out. He came back, and then we've been to Bromley today. He's got injured. And injury is his Achilles heel, as it were. Pardon the pun, I'm not saying that his Achilles heel is damaged this time, but that is his Achilles heel.
I hope not, because that is damaging.
Yeah, we signed him. I should have fact checked that. Let's say the 18-19 season. I don't know.
You're going to say in the 1890s?
No, the 18-90 season. Whatever season we signed him. 17-18.
I'm sure somebody will.
Yeah, somebody will more than welcome to correct me. He played the full season, so he played 40 odd games for us. He has not played a full season since.
I was going to say, because when I started coming to the games, this 21-22 season,
yes,
I think, did he play? I'm sure he played a couple of games while I came to the games, but then he was
Dibble, wasn't it?
He was injured in Bromley.
Yes,
it broke his hand, wasn't it?
Wrist, yeah. Hand, yeah, that area anyway. Quite a vital piece of kit for a goalkeeper.
Yeah.
But this seems to be the problem. So for the last however many seasons, he hasn't completed a full season. And this is what worries me moving forward.
Going into League Two.
Yeah, because how do you put your full faith in a goalkeeper that you can't seem to keep fit? Because to me, your goalkeeper is going to be the player that plays every game.
Yeah.
All right, your centre half maybe as well, maybe your striker, maybe your main midfield man. But for the keeper is the guy that plays every game. You look around top teams, they don't change their goalkeeper throughout the season unless they have to. That's it. You start with a goalkeeper, you end with a goalkeeper. It's the same one, everything in between. And this is what worries me, I think, about Leighton long term. Is it a case of, do we have to go out and find a keeper that is going to be fit for a full season to replace both of them?
I don't know.
I don't know.
It's a conundrum.
Like I said, when I first started this point, if Leighton...
How long ago was that?
A while. If Leighton was fit, I would have no issue with him being our goalkeeper all season. I have no issue at all. It's keeping him fit. That's the problem for me. And I think that's his big problem. But I will leave that there.
Leighton.
So Mullin had a great chance, didn't he, just after half-time?
Yep.
Header, ball came across to him, put it pretty much straight at the keeper, should have scored. But a couple of minutes later...
I can't stop yawning.
Wow.
No, it's not you.
It's not you, it's me.
Sorry. So if you're watching on YouTube and I keep putting my hand over my eyes because I'm stifling the yawn.
Sharon's just...
I haven't had my nana nap today, that's what it is.
No, I think one thing a lot of people have got to understand about Sharon, she's just rude. Very rude.
I'm so not. Anyway,
Mullin had a chance. A header just after half time, straight at the keeper.
Finally got a goal. 56
minutes.
And then it was 60th. Yeah, 56th and 60th.
Jumping over the first goal, straight to the 60th. Yeah.
No, I'm just saying, he scored 2 goals.
So two goals. So the first one, good header. It was a good ball in, really. It was a great cross.
It was needed.
Yeah, it was needed. Settle the nerves.
Yeah.
And then, literally 4 minutes later, I felt sorry for the keeper. He was making his debut, wasn't he?
He didn't do too badly for a debut.
No, he did all right.
He held his own, to be fair, but
100%.
he wasn't saving those goals.
Well,
he wasn't.
The second one was obviously his fault. He went up to catch, he dropped it. It was still a difficult finish for Mullin. He had his back to goal. He had to sort of lift it over his head. But I think, you know, it was avoidable for them. It was one of them that you sort of go, oh, that you'd be a little bit,
yourself.
You would be. And we were hoping that was going to be it. Stick at 2-0. That was my prediction, wasn't it? 2-0.
Yes.
I was more than happy with that. But
I won the prediction.
You did. Yeah, because 3 minutes later, Mr. Cheeky Cheek in again. Looked a bit offside to me. I'll be honest. I haven't seen the angles to say whether it was or not.
A lot of people are saying Bromley's goal was offside.
Yeah.
And I think Tunnicliffe and Howard actually contested it, and
but there was other players in the box like Jordan Davis and that who sort of looked around and didn't really put their hand up. So I think it's one of them. We're never going to know. It doesn't really matter now. He scored. He does like scoring against us, to be honest. I mean, do you want to Michael Cheek? Do you want a stat about Michael Cheek?
If I said no, would you still tell us?
Well, I wouldn't tell you. I'd just address it to everybody who's listening.
Well, I will allow you to address everybody.
So, Michael Cheek is the National League all-time top goal scorer.
Is he? How old is he?
He's knocking on a bit. I don't know how old he is. I think he scored in the National League. I think he scored 124 goals. So, yeah, the National League all-time top goal scorer.
Yeah.
So there you go. Little fact about him.
So the 63rd minute goal by Cheek, Mr. Cheeky, was a mistake from Ryan.
It was.
Ryan Barnett.
I did feel sorry for him. He tried to shepherd the ball out of play, and the player just sort of stuck his leg round, kept it in play. Barnett went over. And yeah, it was a mistake, you know, but I suppose it levelled itself up when it comes to mistakes, didn't it? Their keeper made a mistake for our second. Ryan Barnett made a mistake for theirs.
Thank God it was the only mistake.
It was. It made for quite a nervy last half hour, though.
Hated it.
My teeth are hurting, if I'm honest. Because
you grind them.
I think what happens, my jaw and my teeth, what happens in situations like this is I go, oh no. I instantly my brain goes, remember Maidenhead? My brain does, it literally talks to me. It goes, oh, Maidenhead. Do you remember York? Remember away to York when they scored right at the end? And that's what my brain does. So the last half an hour,
a pessimist.
I just potted about a bit, did a few little bits. I'll go in the kitchen.
Yeah, you even actually, Alfie shouted you and said, Daddy, can you get me something?
Yeah.
And I thought, no, we're watching something, Alfie. And you were like, no, it's okay, I'll get it. Because you were so nervous, you just couldn't sit down.
It was, and they had a chance towards the end, about the 89th minute. It was out on the right-hand side. They had a shot, and it hit the side netting. To be honest, if it was on target, it had beaten Howard, and it was just one of them. It was a bit like, I tell you what it was like. It was, you know, Manny Duku, the York goal.
Yeah.
It was a bit like that. And I thought it would have ended up right in the same place. So, yeah.
I hate last minute goals. And we had 7 minutes added on.
Yeah, but that's quite normal now. There was a lot of injuries. There was 3 goals. You know, Mullin went down for a bit. Davis went down for a bit. Someone else.
Well, Davis went off, didn't he?
Davis did go off.
So I hope he's not bloody injured.
No, that'll just be precautionary. He's come back from an injury.
Do you reckon that's with Leighton then, the same? He's probably precautionary.
Precautionary. What did you think of our bench today?
It's a bit hit and miss, really, wasn't it?
Well, it was a bit. It wasn't. What was it? What did I say to you? It wasn't full of game changers, was it? There's a couple of defenders.
Mm-hmm.
Luke Young, who you'd sort of call a defensive midfielder, a goalkeeper, and 1 striker. So, I mean, if you were chasing the game, there's not a lot. There wasn't a lot going on the bench, really, was there? That was going to win you a game.
No.
I mean, we've been here before, though, haven't I? When James Jones came on once.
We've been here before, haven't I? That's great
James
English.
Jones come on once, didn't he? And I said, is he a game changer? And within 5 minutes, he'd scored. So, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, well.
Maybe I just shut my mouth.
Yeah, I think you jinx things most of the time.
So it was a great 2-1 win. You got the prediction right. We did predictions. I went for 2-0. You went for 2-1.
I would have preferred a clean sheet, and I would have been happy for you to get your win.
Yes.
But as it stands, I got my win, and
we were both very close.
We were, well, yeah.
To be fair,
you were just one goal off.
Yeah, I know, but that's still losing, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
I won.
You did.
I did. So, so title race.
Yeah, so we wanted to talk a little bit about the title race, didn't we? Because it's certainly...
It's creeping up.
It's hotting up. Yeah, it certainly
hotting up.
So, Notts County dropped points today. So they drew...
thank you, Barnet.
Yes, thank you very much. You've got to remember, we've still got to go there as well. What,
to Barnet?
Yeah, so they drew 1-1 today. And so Notts County went 1-0 up. Barnet equalised in the first half. No goals in the second half. We will take that. We started the day 1 point clear with a game in hand. We end the day 3 points clear with a game in hand.
Yes.
So that's good. We do have a game in hand. Is it concerning that we're not on the same number of games? Does that bother you? Me personally...
We've got a game in hand.
We've got a game in hand.
That's good for us, isn't it? Surely.
No, it is good for us, but for me, I'm a bit of a traditionalist, I suppose. I would like, when you've only got like 8 games to go, I'd like the teams at the top to have the same amount of games left. So you know where you are.
Why have they played one more game than us? Was that because...
Weirdly, we were on the same amount of games. And then they played on Tuesday.
And we didn't.
Which is, I don't know, it just seems odd to me. Because I always feel that not having played the same amount of games gives a bit of an unfair advantage.
To
us, really. So I'm not really bothered, but... do you know what I mean? You'd think you'd like to be playing at the same time all the time. I'm just interested if you thought. It'll be level on the 1st of April. So on the 1st of April, so that's in 2 weeks. 2 weeks? I don't know what the date is today. Let's say it's
10 days from the 21st.
Oh, thanks for that. Yeah, it's 2 weeks.
I know that because...
It's in 2 weeks. So a week on Saturday, Notts County were due to play Altrincham. Okay, now that game's been called off because Altrincham are still in the FA Trophy, and that's an FA Trophy day. So that game has been called off. So we will get our game in hand on that day. So we'll play, they won't. So we'll be level. At the moment, we've got 8 games left.
Yeah.
And they've got 7. On April the 1st, we'll be level. Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Are you fooling me?
No, I'm not. So currently we've got 94 points.
We have.
They've got 91.
They have.
So potentially on April the 1st, we could be 6 points clear or more. More, potentially. We've scored 97.
They've scored 97.
Notts County have scored 97.
Yeah.
Goal difference is 62 for us and 61 for them. So it's still tight. But there is potential there for us to be 6 points clear.
I hope so.
3 points clear with a game in hand, it could be 6 points. That could. So
before we play them?
Yeah. So how are you feeling about the title race? How were you? Take that back. How were you feeling before today about the title race?
I know it's a tight one.
Yeah.
I get that. But, we were...
confident.
We haven't, I don't want to say it because I don't want to jinx it.
Yeah.
But we haven't lost a game for a long time.
No.
So, and today, we didn't.
Today? You sounded drunk then.
Today. We didn't. So I'm hoping next Saturday.
So you feel more confident now?
I feel more, if you ask me the same question...
at the end of the season.
No. This time last season...
Yes.
I would be more confident now this season than I was last season.
Okay. Even
though we did play, we were second at that point.
Yeah.
But we're top now. And I just think that we've got, a much better calibre of player.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of these players were here last season.
Yeah, but a lot weren't.
Yeah,
Cannon wasn't.
Yes. You know where Cannon was?
Where was he?
Stockport. So Andy Cannon could win the National League
twice in a row.
2 seasons in a row. Wow. So he won it with Stockport last
year. I don't even like, as soon as Stockport won the National League and gone up to the League Two, I was just like, well, whatever. They're just out of my.
I remember a few of their players. I remember Cannon playing at the racecourse against us, and he run the show in the first half, and they took him off. And then everyone was like, glad they've taken him off. Yeah, I don't know why.
He's doing it for us this season.
Stockport flying this season. They're doing really well.
Yeah, but we don't care about that.
No, I know. Yeah. So, how key do you expect the 10th of April to be? Because
it depends.
Is it the be-all and end-all is my question.
It depends. How many games we got afterwards?
Well, we've got 3 games before that.
So potentially 9 points.
Yes. Notts County have got 2 before that. Okay. So we could be 6 points clear of them by that point. After that game, we'll have 4 games each left. So how is it the be-all? That's the question. So is it the be-all and end-all? Is it the game that is, that is the key, absolutely key to the season?
I think it's key that we win it, but I don't think it's key.
Is it key we win it though? Sorry, slapped you then. Slapped you on the arm.
Yeah.
Is it key we win it?
Well, yeah.
Is it though?
Do you know what?
No, seriously.
Not because of the title race, but purely because I cannot be bothered with all the crap that comes with Notts County beating us at home.
No, I'm not talking about. It's not just win or lose, is it? Is a draw enough? Is my question.
I don't want there to be a draw. It might be enough, but I don't want there to be a draw.
Because for
me, Notts County are doing my nutting.
But
especially Langstaff.
This is what I'm. This is my question. Is it the be-all and end-all?
I don't know.
I'm not sure it is,
I think it very much depends on where we are at the point on the 10th when we play them.
I think a draw wins us the league. I think a win against Notts County, the league.
Definitely.
We're done. I think a draw against them.
I'm so excited for this game, but I'm so nervous about this game.
I think a draw wins us the league, because I think at that point we will be 6 points clear. A draw does nothing for them, so that means we're still 6 points clear. 4 games to go. 6 points clear with only 12 points left.
Yeah.
So we only need 7 points, for argument's sake, from 12. To win the league from that point.
It's giving me anxiety,
It is me as well.
I wonder how many of you, who obviously listen and watch our podcast, how many of you are feeling it now, feeling the nerves as we head towards the last 8 games?
I am. I keep telling myself we've won this.
I do, because I truly believe that we will, but it doesn't take away from the fact that we've still got these games to play.
Do you know what? I think what happened last season has shaped us, because we could have won the league last year, but we dropped so many points in the last 10 games.
Because we didn't have the strength and depth that we've got now.
Exactly. And I think Notts County are going through what we went through last season. I think. But you just cut across me, so I'd like to finish my word. I think they're going through what we went through, and they've dropped. If you look back at the last few games, the last, say, 4 or 5 games, they lost to Dagenham. They dropped points against someone. Then they beat Dorking.
Then they beat someone else.
They dropped more points against Barnet. This is what we were doing last year, and that's what we allowed Stockport to win the league. That's what happened last year. And I think Notts County are in that same position this year. And I think that is what is going to... I'm not saying they're letting us win. They're allowing us to win the league. Us winning the games is making us win the league.
Yeah.
But I can draw so many comparisons between us last season and Notts County this season.
So, potentially...
Yeah.
if you're saying, if you're comparing us to Notts County last season, then potentially next season,
Notts County
will be the Wrexham of season
it depends. That's one of my questions.
23-24, sorry.
That's one of my questions, is whichever team ends up in the playoffs, because one of us has to, does that team win the playoffs? I mean, we've got two teams on over 90 points. We're still in March. It's crazy. Do you think whichever team ends up in the playoffs wins the playoffs? Or is it just a roll of the dice?
I don't know. Do you mean if we're in the playoffs, or do you mean if Notts County are in the playoffs?
Whoever ends up in the playoffs out of the two of us.
That's a question I was going to ask you, actually. Yeah. Because obviously history has proven we're not great in playoffs.
The team finishing second usually aren't,
But because I don't know where I'm going with this.
No, not me.
No. Yeah, move on, because I can't remember my point. Jesus. I'll probably remember it later on.
Right, well, thanks for that insight.
No, that was what I was going to say, sorry. So, because we aren't notoriously
not great in
historically not great in playoffs, do you think now, whatever happens, we do end up in the playoffs?
Yeah.
Do you think with the team that we've got now, with the strength and depth that we've got now, we will walk it?
Well, that was my question to you. You've just reworded it and fired it back at me. I said, whatever team ends up in the playoffs, are they the team that go up?
Well, yeah, but I'm asking you because
you're just being more specific with the question. I wouldn't like to. I don't know. If I'm honest, I don't know. Look at Grimsby last season. They were pretty much one of the worst placed teams in at the end of the season, and they went up. So how can you possibly say that, it could be, it'll definitely, don't worry, Notts County, because when you finish second, you'll easily walk the playoffs. Who knows?
It depends.
They've dropped points against Barnet. They've lost to Dagenham. Do you know what I mean? You just don't know. No. You really don't know.
We're going up, so we don't need to worry about it. We're not going in the playoffs.
Do you expect either teams to drop points? Well, someone's got to drop points because we're playing each other. But apart from that game, can you see?
County, yeah.
Can you see us dropping points?
No.
No. I think we're going to smash the most points record. I do. Yeah.
I have every faith.
Who's got? I told you to have a little look at the games that we've got. Who do you think's got the better run-in out of the two?
What, out of Notts County and us? I'm going to say us, obviously.
Do you think we've got the better? We've got the better fixtures.
Who've we got? We got Yeovil.
Yeah, they've got some. I think they're pretty similar. I think we've both got tricky games.
I think Torquay's going to be a bit of a no game for us, non-game.
I would like to have won it by we get to Torquay, because there is the possibility that Torquay will have that game to stay up. You do not want to be in that situation, playing away at somebody who needs a win to stay up. You do not want to be in that situation. So I'd like it done and dusted before then.
Potentially we could be, couldn't we?
We could be, yeah. And you don't want to be, but you could be in that position. I think
No, I don't mean potentially we'll be in that position. I mean potentially we will have already won by the time we go to Notts County, to Yeovil. Torquay, even.
Fingers crossed.
So we've got Barnet, Yeovil, York.
Yeah, Oldham.
Yeah,
I think I've looked at both run-ins, and I think they're quite similar.
Tight.
I think both teams have got tricky games. Both teams have got games that you sort of go, should be winning them. And I think they're both quite similar, but I don't anticipate either team dropping many points. Having said that, I didn't think Notts County would have dropped as many points as they have in the last 5 games.
No.
So
I think
I think it's
Notts County zone hasn't been as lively on Twitter.
He does my head in. He does. He might as well be a Wrexham.
I think he's a closet Wrexham fan.
Maybe. So next season, it looks like they're going to have an extra promotion place for the National League. So for anybody that doesn't know, who listens, there is one automatic promotion place for the National League,
and it has been since it began.
Yeah, which is scandalous. And then one more team goes up through the playoffs. That is looking at being increased. I mean, it doesn't help whoever finishes second this season, although It's for next season. There'll be 2 automatic promotion places. By the looks of it, it's not 100% confirmed, and then 1. So 1 from the playoffs. So 3 people will go up from the National League. It's a good thing.
Definitely.
Because every team that goes up from the National League tends to perform really well in League Two. Not really, really well, but they perform. They can definitely hold their own. And I think we've earned, as a league, as the National League, we've earned our right to have more teams going up next season. Langstaff, top scorer for you?
Yeah.
I know he is now. I mean, at the end of the season.
I'd like to think not. I'd like to think that Mullen scored, I think he's on 40 goals now.
No, that's not league goals. This is top scorer for the league I'm talking about.
Right. So his 40 goals are with the FA Trophy and FA Cup?
Yeah. So,
okay.
Well, not FA Trophy because we got knocked out in the first round of that and he didn't play a single game. So they're all I think he's on 31
for league.
The league. He scored 9 in the FA Cup. Langstaff is 6 better off. So he scored 37. So basically Mullin pulled 1 back on him today. Langstaff scored 1. Mullin scored 2. So can you see Mullin catching him with the games we've got left?
I don't know. I'd like to think so, but I don't know. It's like Langstaff is just on not on another level because I think him and Mullin.
It's just a joke, isn't he? Just scores all the time.
Like, when it says, Langstaff scored, you're like, was he?
Yeah.
What a shot.
I can't.
It's just like when Mullin scores, it's like, did he?
I'd love Mullin to get it. I think Langstaff's too far ahead with the games that we've got. If Langstaff stopped playing now, Mullin would still need to score a goal a game to get it.
Why haven't any higher teams, like Championship or League 2, League 1 people, chosen Langstaff to...
They will. He'll be gone.
Why can't they do it now? Doesn't this...
The window's not open.
Oh, ours is open to the end of March,
Ours is open. He's not going to move to another National League team.
Well, obviously not.
Can
you imagine if he came to us, though?
I think he'd be gone in the summer.
Do you think?
Yeah, I think so.
Just hopefully it's not somebody in League 2.
Yeah, he starts scoring there as well. Be annoying, wouldn't it?
It would.
Anyway, well, just a quick chat about York. So we've got York on the Saturday, the 25th of March.
We have.
At 3 p.m, which is a home game. We drew 1-1 away.
We did. We went to it.
We did go to that. It was very
freezing.
It was very We had the sun in our face all day. Yeah. It was freezing.
Oh, actually, I say it wasn't.
It was cold.
It
was cold and we had the sun in our face. It was very odd.
It was a weird, yeah.
My face was burning by the end, but my arms and everything were freezing cold. So we touched on it in this episode. They scored a 92nd minute equaliser. It was a poor game, to be honest, when it was one of them. But
it was a nice night away, though.
Yeah, it was, because we stayed over, didn't we?
We did.
We stayed over in a lovely hotel. It was very nice.
It was so lovely. We were in bed at 6 o'clock.
It was, yeah. We weren't.
We weren't.
We weren't at all. But they, no, it was a really nice hotel. It cost us an absolute arm and a leg.
But it was
because it was Christmas time. It was nice.
It was nice.
So they beat Dorking 2-1 on Saturday. They out their previous 3 before that they won. They lost 2 and won 1.
Mm-hmm.
So they're doing all right. They came up last season from National League North by the playoffs. They're an all right team. When we played them, they looked okay.
Yeah.
I think we shouldn't have been in a position where we were only 1 up. Tom O'Connor's little overhead kick, wasn't it? Yeah, do you remember? But you'd have to fancy sort of putting a few...
There's Tom O'Connor at the moment, actually.
He's injured.
Do you know what? I get so confused. Like, Hayden, where the hell is he?
Well, we'll touch on that. I was going to bring this up. And do you know what? I forgot.
Okay.
So thank you for saying that. So, word on the street is...
On the Mould Road.
That Hayden is now fit. So he wasn't quite there for today, although
next Saturday,
if he was needed today, from what I was told, he could have played.
He wasn't on the bench though, was he?
No. But if it was, let's say, because we've got illness sweeping through everyone at the moment. So let's say, a couple of your back 3 went down, sort of injured or whatever prior to the game. from what I've heard, he could have played. He is at that fitness level that he could have played. They want to give him an extra week. So fingers crossed.
25th.
We might see him against York.
And hopefully it'll be
another week. He's in full training. The other thing I have heard is that Tom O'Connor is pretty much there as well. Whether he will be available next Saturday or whether it'll be sort of following games after that, I'm not sure. But he's pretty much.
Is that a full house then? Is everyone back then?
Is that a full house? House.
Full house. Is it?
Well, Anthony Ford's disappeared off the face of the earth, hasn't he?
Yeah, I read somewhere on Twitter today that apparently he's homesick, but I can't. I think that's a bag of poop, to be honest. Because why? Where's he from? He can't be that far away from here.
He's Irish, isn't he?
Oh, okay, yeah. So he's very far.
Yeah, he's got a whole sea in between.
Has he got a family in Ireland?
I don't know. I don't know him personally, but I
am concerned because he hasn't played for the last few games, and for me, although Mendy's doing, is Mendy the one
opposite side?
Barnett.
Barnett, yeah.
He's doing a great job.
Yes.
But I think Ford, he
is missed. He's missed at the moment, and a little bit of clarity as to what's going on. I don't really know at
because
the moment,
they've clarified that Lee had illness, that Elliot Lee had illness, but they haven't clarified. So I think it's probably
so it was personal reasons, wasn't it?
I think there's something going on, and he's obviously it's none of our business.
Oh, yeah, which I'm not gonna. Even if I knew, I wouldn't be claiming what it was. Do you know what I mean? It's obviously something private at the moment, isn't it?
So we'll leave him to his privacy.
Who's their top scorer? York, because I love this name. Come on.
I've lost where I am.
Oh, come on. Who's their top scorer?
Lennell.
God.
Lennell John Lewis.
John Lewis!
Oh yeah, I remember him.
Do you remember him?
I do remember him.
Yeah, so, oh God.
Was he still, because he was top
really wasn't worth the wait, was it?
It wasn't. No. He was top scorer when we played him, wasn't he?
He was.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't score against us, but he's got 12 goals at the moment. He always looks alright, to be honest, John Lewis. He does a cracking Christmas advert as well.
You got that before me. I was going to say that.
Oh, anyway.
So other news. On the 26th of March, which is a Sunday, which is the day after, which is a week tomorrow.
Yeah.
A
week yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have got our Wrexham women's team.
Yeah.
Playing Connors Quay.
Mm-hmm.
Is it for a title?
No, they've already won the league.
So it's just a game.
Yeah, just a game.
So this is the first ever time that the Wrexham women's team have ever played in the racecourse, which I think is a big deal. They are selling tickets, obviously, for the game for £1. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but they've sold 5,200 tickets so far. And they've still got some...
Give or take. I don't know the actual number, but I know that the previous... No, they played at the racecourse before, I think.
I've read that they've never played there before.
Okay, anyway. They've, so they've sold about 5,200. That figure was correct at time of recording.
There's still tickets left. They're £1. Do you have to go to the club shop or can you get them online?
On the e-ticketing.
So the
same way that you get tickets. Get on there.
They're £1. I mean,
we'll be going. So.
Yeah.
Just a quick one. We sort of touched on it before. So, Paul Mullin is currently top of the FA Cup goal scorers
chart. I saw that.
With 9 goals. There is a couple of people below him with 8, 7, but they're, like Paul, are already out of the competition. So the nearest person who can catch him, who is still in the cup, so that's obviously the only way you're going to get caught, is Phil Foden. Phil Foden's on 3.
Phil Foden is
Man City.
So
he's on 3 goals. So Paul currently has a 6-goal lead over the next best placed person. And Man City played in the quarterfinals on Saturday. Again, information correct at the time of recording. Phil Foden might have scored 6 for all I know, and they might be level by now. Or Haaland might have scored 5 like he did the other night. Anyway, So that at the time of recording. So fingers crossed for him.
So some big news this week. Ryan Reynolds. This is a lot of people have been talking about this. Ryan Reynolds sold his company, not his company. He's got a share in it, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Mint Mobile, and he sold it to T-Mobile for $1.35 billion.
Yeah, you mentioned this to me, didn't you? And I said he's only got a 20% stake.
So yeah, a lot of people, because obviously, you know,
yeah, they're assuming he's got 1.3 billion.
So they're like, right, let's. People have been joking. Funnily, you mentioned Haaland there.
Yeah,
people have been saying, right, let's sign Haaland. Like, he's going to come to a National League team. I'm sorry, but as much as we are a brilliant team,
I think it's very much tongue in cheek. I don't think they're
yeah.
So he owns about 20%, owned about 20%. With deals of that size, it's never a cash deal. So 30% will be money. So he's getting 20% of 30%, and the rest will be shares.
He'll be getting about $2.50.
Yeah. Anyway, Sam Dalby has been named in the final England C squad to face Wales on the 21st. Sean asked the question online: is it good for him? Is it not? So we had a few.
No, I actually said, is it a great opportunity or an unwelcomed distraction?
So we had Rockin' Robin, who said ridiculous timing, surely should be an end of season fixture. I agree, Rockin' Robin. John Holton said it's a game of football between two great nations. If I was a pro footballer and I had the chance to play, I wouldn't hesitate. Go and get them goals, Sam.
Ratty _1957 said, I think it's good for the lad. If he didn't go, he would still be training here, so why not let him experience play as an international?
And Iwan Hireithog said, great.
You read that one.
I know, that's why I jumped in. Great for his confidence, let him play.
Jennifer on Facebook said, definitely should not go. It is a pointless game. End of season perhaps, but not now.
And then Carl said, one way to wipe out a perfectly good striker who can help us win the season. Absolutely stupid decision to play this nonsense game at this point in the season. Now,
it hasn't been confirmed.
No, that he's going to play.
He's going to play, so.
And one last one.
On YouTube, obviously I posted it as well on YouTube, and Family Dinner 1 said, go Langstaff, he deserves to play the whole 90 minutes. And I replied to this saying, Langstaff, question mark, because I was a bit confused because it was about Dalby. But basically, after like a bit of a conversation, it turns out that obviously, and it makes sense, that Family Dinner 1 was saying if Langstaff plays for the full 90 minutes, then obviously, you know, it would, and Dalby didn't.
Yeah.
So I kind of got it. She wasn't saying, or he or she wasn't saying, oh yeah, Dalby shouldn't play, but Langstaff, go Langstaff. Yeah. It was more of a, yeah.
So we're running out of time, but should he play or not?
No.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree. I think
if it was the A team,
fill your boots, innit?
The A squad, definitely, but C squad, yeah.
Yeah. A couple of other people who got in touch quickly. David said, our depth is solid except right back. He means left back just before. He put right back, but he means left back. He said, big drop off after Mendy. Mullin is our only indispensable player. Mullin impacts the game even when he doesn't score, changes the entire defensive setup.
David Williams, Cannon, Lee and O'Connor. What a potential midfield.
And Sprione de Ronin. I think that's right. Yeah. I think how well the midfield played is a testament of the team starting to gel together as they play more. Just like the back line, they will be getting better and better. Parkinson is doing great. Oh my God, with team chemistry. I agree.
If you want to get in touch with us, you can do. You can get in touch on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and even send us an email at me, the wife, and WrexhamAFC@gmail.com.
Well done. And obviously, if you do or don't watch us on YouTube, please head over and hit that subscribe button. We are creeping up very slowly in our aim to get to 1,000. But our watch hours are through the roof. We just haven't got the subscribers, so please subscribe.
It helps us out massively.
Quick shout out for Dragon Chat. It's a mental health peer support group. It happens every Thursday at 7 p.m. It's a Zoom call, and it's an opportunity for people to have a little bit of a chat to other Wrexham fans you know, someone to talk to. You're struggling a little bit. It's great.
Yeah.
You know, it's really good, and I would highly recommend it. We always try and share it out on our social media. But head over to the Wrexham AFC page on Facebook and Twitter. They share all the details of how to get on the call on a Thursday.
Yeah.
Just before it happens at about 6:30, I would say. Just a quick one before we do the quiz.
Yes.
We're coming to the end of the season. Obviously, there's a long way to go, but we are coming. It's on its way. At the end of the season, we obviously discuss games during the podcast. There will be no games in the close season. Fear not, the podcast will continue. What we are looking for is we are looking to do some fan forums where we have some conversations. You looked at me then, like going, oh, are we? Where we have some chat. We chat to some fans,
yep.
sort of from America, from Canada, from South, whoever. We want to talk to as many different people as we can, ask their opinions, you know, try and review the season. You know, we'll come up with a few topics, and they will be sort of like the basis of the episodes during the
sort
the
of like a Ranganation
sort of thing.
Yeah.
So if you would like to be involved in that, send us a message on Facebook, on Twitter, on whatever you want. Send us an email. Tell us, I would like to be involved in this. We will get in touch with you over the course of the next few weeks, and we will sort that out.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
It is fun. Quiz time! The quiz is London.
Why?
Because we played in London today. Okay?
Okay.
So today is our third trip to Greater London this season. Okay?
Yeah.
Our first was against Wealdstone in November. What was the score? Think. Come on, rack that brain of yours. Wealdstone away. How did we do at Wealdstone away?
2-0.
What did we do?
2-0.
We won 2-0.
2-0.
No, it was 0-0. Before the Wealdstone game, when was the last time we played a competitive game in London?
No idea.
Come on. Wealdstone was our first game.
Okay, Wembley then.
Well done. Yes.
Against Bromley.
Bromley.
It was against Bromley.
So our last game before the Wealdstone game in London was
Bromley.
at Wembley when we played the FA Trophy final.
Such a good day.
When Mr. Cheeky Cheek scored against us again.
Yeah.
Question number 3. Our last game in the capital was against Dagenham.
Mm-hmm.
We won the game 4-0.
Mm-hmm.
But who scored the 4th goal? Mendy. Well done. Yeah, that's 2. I've named Wealdstone, Dagenham and Bromley, but who is the 4th Greater London club in the National League?
Sorry, who have you mentioned?
I've mentioned Wealdstone, Dagenham and Bromley, but who is the 4th Greater London? Anyone listening? Greater London. I know there are other clubs who are on the fringes which you could sort of class as London. This is Greater London.
Woking?
No, they're outside.
Barnet?
Barnet. Well done. That's 3. You're doing well.
You should let me have that.
So our next game in Greater London is against Barnet.
Yeah.
Can you see why I put the questions in that order?
Yeah.
On the 15th of April.
Yeah.
But how many goals did we score against them in the home fixture in October?
Ooh.
Ooh.
7.
It was 7, yes. This has been your best week for I can't remember. So how many did you get? You got the Wealdstone one wrong. You got the Wembley one right. The Mendy one right. You got them all right, apart from Wealdstone. If you could only remember what we did against Wealdstone, you'd have had a full house.
I've not had 100%, have I?
Well, you're close.
95.
Today. Well, thank you very much. 90 what?
I don't know.
Anyway, thank you very much for tuning in again this week. We're in buoyant mood because after the Bromley win,
and we're having a Chinese for tea.
Yeah. So happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there for yesterday,
and the dads who are playing the part of mothers.
Yes, yeah.
Stepmothers, guardians, whoever you are, have a fantastic day.
I hope you had a fantastic day. It
I
was
hope
yesterday.
you had a fantastic day.
We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.